Each year, Stamats earns awards for creative excellence at the local, regional, and national levels. We take a lot of pride in this recognition, and so do our clients. It's the result of a lot of hard work by some really talented people, and a creative process that's both fluid and comprehensive. Here are some of our designers and writers and their thoughts on the process and the work that they do.
The creative process here at Stamats is pretty unique because we visit every college and university, and we do interviews and campus tours and talk to students, faculty, everybody on campus, and that allows us the freedom to be inspired creatively by the school and experience itself.
It's generally a pretty abstract process. Sometimes it comes right away and sometimes it takes a while, but generally you just jumble enough ideas around in your head that something sifts to the top and you just kind of go with that.
It's different on every project, but usually there's a tight set of parameters you're working within. You have the school's identity you're dealing with, and you have certain objectives. So everything that you're thinking of is within those parameters.
You just get immersed in the process, and so for me, sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night with kind of just a glimmer of an idea, and then sometimes the full fleshed out thing, and then sometimes it comes through involving other writers, other designers in the process, and getting crazy with sticky notes, and writing out our ideas. Sometimes you just think there's no way this is gonna be anything, and then all of a sudden it just clicks in place and you're like, yeah, that's it.
The most challenging aspect of my job is, being creative. I think it's that push and pull of, coming up with new ideas and not, doing the same thing over again. And I think has to be the hardest part, is just trying to stay fresh and trying to stay creative.
It's problem solving, I think. I think anytime you're dealt with a situation that requires you to be creative, you're sort of addressed with a challenge, and it's a creative process to get through that challenge and to find a solution.
Well, every designer has a different, or creative person has a different process in developing their creative work. Mine specifically has a lot to do with sort of getting all my assets together, doing the research, figuring out what it is that we want to do, having that concepting all taken care of, having a visual idea in my head of where it is that I want to go. Then I like to assemble all the pieces to that puzzle. And then once the most creative point for me, and the most exciting point, is once I have all those assets and I start pulling everything together and it starts to click. I have an idea in my head of how that's going to go, but a lot of times I'm taken down a different path or a different direction based on the things that I have in front of me, and just finding associations and relations to different parts and pieces that I've sort of assembled. That makes, for me, the creative process just really exciting at that point, because then that's when it all just comes together.